What you do? 3, 2, 1. I'm Dai.
I'm Jess.
What's up, guys? We're just talking, and we're like full on discussion before we get onto the show. But we'll get into Culture Corner at the Sports News, so let's stick around for that.
Breaking down Puka Nacua's civil lawsuit, allegations of anti-Semitic remarks, and assault amidst contract drama. Daniel Dye suspended indefinitely by NASCAR and Kaulig Racing after controversial comments about David Malukas.
Kaulig, probably. Then in Culture Corner, Then in Culture Corner this week, LaRussell's controversial Heaven Sent lyrics stir backlash amid rising career in 2026. The rising impact of AI data centers on water scarcity, energy costs, and communities. Inside the 2026 TSA crisis, ICE agents at airports, shutdowns, fallout, and what it means for travelers. Always stay to the end for viral views. Let Culture Speak Live, episode 70. Welcome back to the show. Let's get into it.
Turn the mic on, let the culture speak. Gossip, sports talk, 7 days a week. From the courts to the streets, headlines stay bleak. Talk shows out now, let the culture peak.
Yeah. Jess, what's going on? I think what we were talking about, which we'll get to the story, there's a lot of stuff that's going around in the world. People are on the edge, but, at the end of the day, you got to have a conversation, okay? You cannot just, on your high horse, think you're always right. No, you're not. You're not always right. And, you got to learn that no matter in any situation you are in. But anyways, Jess, what's going on?
Yeah, kind of off of what Dolly said, we have a lot of conversations behind the scenes that we know we could never have with others or on a big scale, because we've said this time and time again, people ain't really down to listen or hear you out. People are waiting their turn to respond. They not really trying to hear what you talk about, especially if they hear one little word they don't agree with, they already done tune you out. You're done. You're cooked.
Or any topic, they just like, excuse, I don't want to talk about that.
Absolutely.
Just point to this direction.
So, yeah, the Bay Area has been in the uproar.
Yeah.
for a past week.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, outside of that, it's getting a little warm. It's about to start raining again next week, so.
Yeah, there's some weird ass weather right now. Yeah, it is
weird. But it's supposed to be raining in.
Especially that flooding in Hawaii. You got shit happening in the Philippines. Yeah, just floods, weird ass rain, snow. The weather is just weird. What I'm hearing, I don't know. Just to remind you that your live wasn't posted when you started. I was just wondering, what the hell? Anyways, it is live since you're responding. That's my son right there, Kato. Actually, let me do it. But yeah, what the hell was I talking about? Yeah, just it is getting hot. So if you guys are working outside, stay hydrated, get those waters frozen so throughout the day it'll melt and you guys are good. I postal workers, fucking engineers that are outside, I think it's weird weather right now. But yeah, what is one thing I'll do differently or apply? Focus on just continue to grow. Keep building.
Continue to learn. Continue to hear people out. Continue to keep an open mind every day, because every day is something new.
Yep. We break down the news, add context, and give our honest take to spark discussions for educational and entertainment purposes. Share your thoughts, like this episode, and follow our channel for free. Sign up for a chance to win free merch. QR code at the end of the show. But first, this show is powered by Ecamm Live. We partnered with them for live streaming. Ecamm Live is a top-tier Mac software built for creators, professionals, and businesses. It features multi-camera support, real-time camera switching, screen sharing, overlays, and integrated audience comments. The intuitive interface makes streaming, recording, podcasting, and presenting simple with seamless integration across all platforms like Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Ecamm is the go-to solution for producing high-quality live broadcasts. Start your free 14-day trial today by clicking the link provided or the QR code. Appreciate it. Support us so we can support you guys. Madison. Yeah, something like that. Use referral code LCS at checkout to let them know we sent you. Yeah.
All right, y'all. First up today, Los Angeles Rams wide receiver Puka Nacua is embroiled in a civil lawsuit filed by Madison Atibi, whatever, who accuses him of assault, battery, and gender violence and negligence. I could never be a teacher because I'll be messing up everybody's name. Stemming from a New Year's Eve 2025 incident in Century City. I'm gonna just say her first name because I'm not finna keep butchering it. Madison claims Nacua made an unprovoked anti-Semitic remark saying "F all Jews," causing her immediate emotional distress due to her Jewish faith. She also alleges that Nacua forcibly bit her left shoulder in a Sprinter van after a group dinner, leaving a circular teeth imprint, and bit a female friend's thumb with such force that she screamed in pain. Madison sought a temporary restraining order against Nacua, but a judge denied it pending a full hearing scheduled for April 14, 2026. Nacua's attorney adamantly denies the allegations, calling them a blackmail attempt for millions of dollars and describing the biting as horseplay. Multiple sober witnesses reportedly denied the anti-Semitic comment claim. The lawsuit follows a December 2025 apology from Nacua for performing an anti-Semitic gesture on a live stream. The case unfolds as Nacua approaches eligibility for a major contract extension, adding complexity to his career trajectory.
Do you remember that one?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Okay. So basically, this is not his first time being caught with anti-Semitic stuff, but
yeah, man, it's always them stars that just can't stay out of trouble. And the messed up part about it is your regular person, unfortunately, will probably do this and it would never be brought to light. So he also needs to understand, even if he thinks it wasn't a big deal, like, first of all, I mean, biting can be considered horseplay, but that's still assault. Like, either way, if you break skin when you bite somebody, you can go to the hospital. Like, that's instant infection. So, horseplay or not, that's still assault, regardless. If they are not with that, you could still get in trouble for that.
yeah.
And I just feel like these NFL stars, I understand they go out, they think they are normal people, but once you become a star like that, you become a high status person. So you can't not do the same things that you think you can do when you were in, maybe you got away with in college or whatever, you know what I mean? Or it's just, you know, she probably, if she isn't telling the truth, or we don't know, it's all alleged, you know, it's going to be an opportunity, because at the end of the day, you still can't do that stuff. Like, unless, you know, y'all have that type of relationship where you can do that. But if somebody walked up to you, Dolly, and bit your ass on the shoulder, would you be mad if there was an imprint of bite marks?
Yeah. And then I wouldn't wait after 3 months to report on it. But I don't know the legal system on how that goes through or how long it takes. But yeah, Jess is completely right. Like, that situation, these women, these people, they feel some type of way. They're having fun. They're living the the limelight, and then they go home to basically same thing. They can't do the things they want to do, so they're gonna seek out, allegedly, if this is a blackmail, that they're gonna reach out and get the paycheck regardless, and millions and millions of dollars. They're gonna take that risk, and whoever lawyer is gonna do it for pro bono to just take it on and then get paid at the end. Yeah, that's worth the fucking money at the end of the day.
Yeah, and and same thing could be said. Like I said, it's all alleged, and it could have taken a while. But you know what happens sometimes? Sometimes people do stuff to somebody. Mm-hmm. If they're not educated that much in that area, they go home, they tell the story to a couple people. And his name has status. Everybody knows who Puka Nacua is. He was like, "Oh yeah, he bit me. He said this racist stuff or whatever." And
they were like, "Oh my
you
God,
can
you
sue
should-
him. You
you
know what
can
I
get
mean?
money."
Like you can sue him. You can get money for that. That's
Correct.
You know, he has money. Sue him. But because if he was a regular person, they'd have been like, "Oh my God, I can't believe he did that. That's horrible," and would have moved on. But his status, you know, people put a bug in your ear and was like, "Well, you can sue him for that.
Like
you can
ching
sue
ching,
him."
like eyes of money, like bling. We'll get to you.
Yeah,
for sure.
so she could have felt away, but you know, all at the end of the day, when people hear a story like that, they could have been like, "Oh yeah, you should do something further about that." You hear that all the time.
We don't know for sure. But after filing the lawsuit, Madison began receiving threats and hostile messages prompting police to open an investigation into her safety. And that too, like, you know, when stuff comes out like this, you got to watch out because they want to shut you up. If it is true or not, allegedly, that they want to shut it up because it's millions of dollars and is bad on your reputation as a person, that as a PR person. Yeah, it's bad on your record regardless.
And then you still have those people that are a little weird, you know, because this guy still has fans too, and they're gonna be like, "She's a liar." You know, there's always those fans out there that's like, "Oh, I can't believe that my favorite person would never do that. You're lying.
Exactly.
You just want money." You know, so
Right.
it puts you at risk.
Mm-hmm. Madison Ataibi's attorney accuses Nacua's lawyer of publicly smearing her and escalating the conflict through media tactics. Allegedly, we don't know, but again, media tactics and stuff, it really does work because smear your name once in the media, it's just all over the place. TMZ obtained a video showing Atia B dancing in front of a passed out Nacua after the alleged biting incident, which the defense cites the questions for her credibility. Did you see that video?
Mm-mm.
This one. He's supposedly, allegedly passed out.
Yeah, he looked gone.
But then, again, we don't know. Yeah, and then alleges her friend bit her and stuff, and you see the marks and everything. Request for a temporary restraining order has denied. A full hearing is set for April 14. But, yeah, closing thoughts, Jess. That was a good one.
That's probably not going to go nowhere.
Yeah, probably not. Lawyers, everything, evidence, discovery, it's going to be drawn out, but we will see.
Honestly, it probably could end up being like, okay, we don't want to deal with this, a settlement. Unfortunately, it could end up just that
like
simple.
under the table type of thing.
Yeah, like, okay, here you go.
You think this is going to affect his...
No.
At all?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Anyways, just, yeah, be safe. Regardless what Jess said, I think that's the moral of the story, that you can't keep living the same life you did before because your name is a different type of status. It's tied to millions and millions of dollars at this point.
And I know a lot of people always like to say, oh, so-and-so got famous and switched up. Well, sometimes they have to. They have no choice. They can't move the same way they did before they had that. They got to move accordingly if they want to protect themselves. Circles have to get smaller, unfortunately, because people don't always have the best intentions. Sometimes people will get you in trouble on purpose. You know what I mean? Like, you just got to move accordingly. So,
okay, quickly on the anti-Semitic things, like that gesture, and I don't know, just to blatantly just shout out saying you said F all Jews just to make it worse and engage in more attention. I don't know about that. Like, speaking on the Aiden Ross thing, like, goddamn, dude, he got in trouble for something that Aiden Ross was telling him to do. Like, the fuck? And how are you supposed to know that that means that it's anti-Semitic? That's the things I don't get about anti-Semitism. Like, they just push the goalposts. Keep pushing the goalposts.
I thought Aiden Ross was Jewish, though.
He is Jewish. Exactly. So... Anyways, comment below your guys' thoughts on that. It's a story, weird ass story, especially Well, we just ended right there, but yeah, we gotta move on.
That sucks. Your Jewish friend told you to do something, and
And
then
then you get fucking in trouble for that shit. Like, come on.
What was it the equivalent to when black people be telling their friends to say the N word?
Right. And then you.
Dang.
Yeah.
Well, moving on. Daniel Dye's indefinite suspension from NASCAR, and say that.
Kaulig.
Kaulig racing quickly became a hot topic in motorsports circles. The controversy began after Dye made insensitive comments about IndyCar driver David Malukas during a live stream, which NASCAR promptly condemned.
Let's take a look at this video.
Have a break, David Malukas. David Malove ass. Yes, Queen. I would love to sleeve it. Always gotta sleeve it. Love to sleeve it. Gotta sleeve it.
Would you rather sleeve it or get sleeved?
If I'm David Malukas, I'd rather get sleeved. Oh my gosh, Roger. Roger. Stop it,
Who is
Roger.
Gabe owner?
David Malukas. Andreas, Frankie, Gerson, Junebug, Tyler Hankrum, Brian Jigan, Mark Martin, Kevin Happy Harvick, yes, he drove for Roger. Oh, Kurt Busch, he drove for Roger. Who did he drive from? I don't know. Probably the crime scene.
Honestly, just from a person not knowing what's going on, that just
Have a
seems
break.
a bunch of banter to me. So what did he say wrong? Like, what was he saying?
He was just mocking him in a gay voice.
Oh,
Yeah. It's ridiculous, but, you know, I could tell you more. Yeah. Oh, it says right there, the conduct of race, color, creed, religion, national origin, gender, or sexual orientation. Publicly, like public statements, he couldn't have done that because of their member conduct.
just real quick before I continue the story. This just kind of, I'm just going to have the same comments about this story that I had about the previous story with Puka Nacua. When you get to a certain status, when you start doing certain things, you cannot continue to do the things that you probably used to do as a teenager or before you had said status, because it's going to be looked at in a different way now. Or you can get in trouble for it because it still is your job. There still are rules. There's some things you wouldn't say in your place of employment because they have conduct policies. Just because you're getting paid millions don't mean that these companies, you know, the NFL, NASCAR, they still have these policies. And even worse for you, because people are seeing this and they are, you know, a company that's completely based off of people watching and what is being put out. It's their image. So they really have to do something about it. So y'all gotta keep these things in mind. Even if you felt like it was harmless, prank and just, not prank, but like just banter and joking around, you can't really do that when you get to, you know, especially not in this world. Even if it was a joke, you can't do that these days. You're not allowed to joke around no more. Not in 2026, okay? NASCAR responded by suspending Dye under Section 4.3C of its conduct policy, which addresses discriminatory or offensive behavior, and Kaulig Racing suspended him soon after. Dye issued a public apology admitting he didn't think enough before I spoke, and NASCAR has required him to complete sensitivity training before considering his return. At the time of his suspension, Dye was 13th in the 2026 NASCAR Craftsman's Truck Series standings, with 48 career starts but no wins. NASCAR's swift actions underscore its commitment to upholding respectful conduct and tackling discrimination. Meanwhile, Malukas has stayed silent on the matter, choosing instead to focus on his racing career. The incident serves as a reminder that in modern sports, words have real consequences, and organizations are serious about holding athletes accountable to standards of inclusivity and respect.
So, yeah, I totally agree with what you say. And this is not your organization. This is not your business. You're literally working in just what you said, that, you know, you got to uphold a certain standard for that company. And if you, that's looked down upon, and you definitely got axed and suspended indefinitely for, for us, there was nothing wrong with it. Obviously, it was just a joke. It was funny. For me, from what I see, that it was just funny. I cracked up. But to that other person, it probably hurts their feelings. You know that your competitor, but you guys are friendly racers and stuff, and you don't want that on the raceway because it is very fucking dangerous.
Right. It is. We call that a hostile work environment.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, just you gotta. It's y'all job at the end of the day. The kid was, like you said, he wasn't thinking before he was talking. He was just yapping. What they are probably used to doing before they got to the status that they got to, which they didn't get probably in trouble for back then. So of course it wasn't a second thought. Usually when people do stuff like that, it's things that they've probably done in the past. Yeah. And they never got, consequences for it. So when the consequences come, they're like, hold on, I didn't know I could get in trouble for saying that, or I wouldn't have said that. It's
or especially in the public on live stream. Like, again, you and me, we got everything off of our chest before we publicly say anything, and we kind of shield ourselves because we know that certain things is not going to fly in public live streams. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you want to be as unfiltered as you can, but sometimes you still have to take into consideration that the world we living in, you could be unfiltered to a certain extent, but not that dang much. You know what I mean? There's some boundaries that you need to have in place for yourself if you are going to be speaking to the public, just for your self-protection. Because, like I said, it's 2026. And you're not allowed to make jokes anymore, especially not jokes like that either, for sure.
Daniel Dye has 48 truck starts, but 0 wins in 2026 so far. Kaulig Racing suspended Dye's effective immediately. Right after the comments surfaced, NASCAR sensitivity training for Dye is individually tailored, no set duration. Dye's suspension came amid growing pressure on NASCAR to address discrimination seriously. David Malukas has publicly not responded in detail, focusing on his racing instead.
Is David Malukas, is he gay or something?
I don't fucking know.
And that's another thing, because we not knowing. I mean, is he speaking like that because the man is that? And then also it's like you kind of putting out a perception, questioning this man's sexuality. Sometimes people won't like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's why I didn't understand. I didn't understand what was going on, honestly, because I don't know nothing about that, man.
But you know how some people could be a little feminine the way they talk, but they're not. Yeah, the way they speak, but they're not gay.
Yeah.
I could say some stuff. Oh my God, that's so amazing, and yada yada. But I'm not gay, okay? Yeah. You want to try?
No. No, I'm all right. Hey, you got that.
Comment below your guys' thoughts on that. We got a lot to get to, but yeah, just especially when you're live streaming, just watch what you're fucking saying, especially if you're working for a huge company worth millions of dollars. Run it by them, because a lot of people that I try to talk to and try to get them to interview, they got to run it by their employers. They can't just come on here and talk about what they do, because, again, it's their jobs. It's their reputation.
And there is a media clause in every job, even people that aren't famous. Yep. I know if you've been in orientation before and there's a media clause and there's something talking about social media that you don't ever really care about because you're like, I ain't famous. I give a damn about this for. I'm a nobody. Every company has it. Every company has it. Which is why people,
it's that contract.
Why people be they end up getting fired, when they say something on social media and people find out where they work because you didn't read that contract. That is a contract that y'all are signing when you're in those trainings, when you are going to orientation and you're signing those papers. That is saying, I'm going to represent the company to the best possible way, and if you get shined in a bad light and people find out where you work, you're gonna get fired, because that is the company's image and that they have to protect, and in your contract they can do that.
Correct. Stick with us before we get into AI data center droughts. LaRussell's Heaven Sent Backlash, ICE agents in airports, in Culture Corner. We'll get into quickly mentioning other news you need to know. So, yeah.
Excuse me, sorry.
The IOC, International Olympic Committee, announced that beginning with the 2028 Olympics, only biological females may compete in women's events confirmed by genetic testing. This bans transgender women from the female category, citing fairness and safety, though critics argue the science isn't settled and privacy is at risk. We said it before. I mean, what science isn't settled at the end of the day with common sense and stuff? You know, privacy is at risk. Okay, just if you're, you just go back, okay? Because we got backlash for it too. Not super big, but like, you know, people were bashing us for sure. I'm good for it. Okay, yes, keep it separate. Apple faces class action lawsuits over iCloud storage.
Oh, I'll be paying for that every month. Am I gonna get a settlement?
Alleging it forces users to buy storage for backups, creating a monopoly. Yes, you will. The affected class includes U.S. iCloud users since March 2020. Older lawsuits targeted 16 gigabyte iPhones limited storage. Users may be eligible for compensation. So yes, Jess, correct. And was like, why the fuck? Why is my data being sucked up so much? It's not, the backup is not working. I deleted all these fucking photos, thousands of photos. What's going on?
Point? Yeah. Cause I still haven't updated my phone. They say you don't got enough storage. Mind you, I got a whole bunch of cloud storage. I'm like, I'm not deleting anything.
Yeah, totally right. And like issues with your phone, it's not working fast enough and stuff. So yeah, there was, whoever believed it, you were totally right. And we'll keep a track on that with the compensation, when you will or how you will get it. Okay. Tiger Woods was arrested on March 27, 2026 after a rollover crash in Florida. He was charged with DUI or DWI or something, and property damage showing signs of impairment, but no alcohol. President Trump expressed concern, calling Woods a close friend facing some difficulty. No serious injuries reported. What serious issues? Like, did he get a divorce or something? I mean,
he got a divorce, but that was like a long ass time ago.
Yeah.
I don't know what he going through, honestly. I have no idea.
Praising for him. I think it was like a drug, something related. But yeah, but no alcohol impairment. That's
it's just DWI. I think it's just driving while impaired. That's it. It's not intoxicated.
Mm-hmm. Whatever you're going through, man, I hope you figure it out, pretty much. In March 2026, the Philippines declared a year-long energy emergency after war in the Middle East caused fuel shortages and price spikes. The government imposed new powers, sparking nationwide strikes and protests over rising costs. Tax policies and limits on labor action. Travel alerts were issued.
Are y'all still gonna?
We'll see. I don't know. Right now, it's just everything's crazy, especially those allies of the United States. The Strait of Hormuz is being blocked. Tankers are being blown up. So it's hard for these people the tankers to get to these countries, and they have like 45 days of supplies left, and they're protesting like crazy because, yeah,
it's about to get even worse.
And that's not just us, guys. It's all over the world. What's going on? Yeah. So buckle in, guys. We're not the only ones going through it. Just know that, okay? Drewski's parody How Conservative Women in America Act sparked backlash for allegedly mocking Erica Kirk, with Senator Ted Cruz and MAGA supporters condemning it as offensive. Others defend it as satire. A viral Erica Kirk quote criticizing the video was fake. She hasn't commented. First of all, didn't even say it was Erica Kirk, but it looked like Erica Kirk and stuff. I mean, yeah, the backlash is swift for sure. He's a controversial person with the jokes, the satire. Again, you interpret it the way you interpret it, and you take it as a joke if you take it as a joke at the end of the day. But yeah, it was funny. And Erica Kirk right now has been very suspicious. I even said it in the beginning of how she acted after Charlie Kirk died, how she just took over the company and seemed like she was fit there, that she was preparing for this in some way, allegedly. I don't know, but I don't listen to Candace Owens anymore, but supposedly she's been exposing a lot of things and nothing is moving forward on investigations and stuff, so I don't know. Comment below your guys' thoughts on that. A Los Angeles jury found Meta and YouTube liable for intentionally designing addictive platforms that harmed a young user's mental health, awarding $6 million in damages. This landmark March 2026 verdict could set precedent as both companies face further lawsuits and major legal challenges. Jess, you heard about that one?
No, maybe I need to get in line. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah, no, correct. Like, people, I don't think you are, because you didn't grow into the social media and stuff.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, it's just going to set precedent for a lot of young people to get in line and file lawsuits, because it does it is brain rot, quote unquote brain rot stuff.
We're going to get to a point where you're going to have limited minutes per day. And once you get that, they're going to lock the apps. People going to start losing their mind. You're going to get a certain amount of screen time a day, and then the app is automatically going to lock you out.
China already does that. They do like an hour, 2 hour a week. Like, you can't even get on social media.
You've reached your limit. If you want more, you must pay. Because if you're willing to pay for it, then that's your own self at that point. But
good thing or bad thing?
I mean, it depends on the person. Like you said, we grew up in a generation where we was outside. We didn't really care about all that.
We outside.
We was outside.
Wrong one.
Yeah, so
yeah. Just, anyways, yeah. Comment below your guys' thoughts about that. We talked about it. Social media is pretty bad in a way. It depends how you use it. Okay, if you're scrolling every day mindlessly, just like whatever, then yeah, it's considered brain rot. But comment below your guys' thoughts on anything on that. We gotta move on. All right, LaRussell's. Yeah, his controversial Heaven Sent. Okay. LaRussell, a Vallejo rapper, sparked widespread controversy in March 2026 with his song Heaven Sent, where he controversially described figures like Adolf Hitler, Jeffrey Epstein, and Donald Trump as Heaven Sent. A viral video of the rapper performing the unreleased track in his backyard amassed millions of views, igniting intense backlash. Let's take a look.
I'm not perfect, and neither is the president. Was guiltier than a nigga hiding evidence. You can't be mad that they heated if you don't let them vent. Even the devil was heaven sent. Even Malcolm was heaven sent. Even Martin was heaven sent. Even Kanye was heaven sent. We all heaven sent. Donald too. We all heaven sent. Epstein too. We all heaven sent. Adolf too. We all heaven sent. Even you. We all heaven sent.
First thing, maybe he used that word because we talked before. Maybe he used that word because it made it catchy in his song. I don't know. Okay, but anyways, critics labeled the lyrics offensive and insensitive for equating infamous figures with iconic leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. LaRussell defended his song, explaining it reflects on the duality of human nature, asserting that the same God created both good and evil. He also criticized his detractors for selective outrage and fake righteousness, pointing out hip-hop's history of provocative content. Following the backlash, he deactivated his social media, but restrained support from some fans and peers, including rally organized by his mother in Vallejo. Media personalities like Ebro Darndine, I don't know, viewed the song as part of hip-hop's provocative tradition. His controversy comes amid LaRussell's rising career, including a Rock Nation partnership and 2026 Super Bowl event performance.
Yeah, I just, in a sense, like he said, it is selective outrage. It's the word was used incorrectly, but people knew what he meant. Like, people aren't that dense. I think just where people wasn't messing with it no more was the video he released with calling him slow and this and that. I feel like a lot of people were like, in the time that we're going through right now, a lot of people felt like it was tone deaf. So if you're going to put yourself on the line and put out a statement like that or a message like that on with the fact that you use the word incorrectly.
Oh, I'm not even sure about the whole heaven sent. I kind of looked into it like.
So let's just look at the definition of heaven sent, because like you said, and like people aren't that dense. People understood the message, but the definition of heaven sent describes something, typically an opportunity or an event that is extremely fortunate, opportune, and arrives unexpectedly at the perfect time, often appearing as if by divine intervention. It implies a sense of blessing or providential fortune.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and then I think what you said that he called his fans dumb and very slow, and I think he just explained himself to the point where the backlash got even way worse, that you had to delete your social media. Like, I get, for people, we do get the message, okay? Yes, God, good, evil, selective outrage. I understand the part where, there's a lot of controversy in other people's music and that you're picking on his music because of what that message of whatever. I think you just...
And that's also, I feel, is a cop-out, too, because when other artists say some distasteful shit, they get their lashings, too. Like, you see it all the time. Like, that's the only thing I don't like, when people be like, oh, well, when so-and-so do this, y'all don't say nothing. Yes, there's still a group of people that come for them, too. Like, there's a group of people for everyone. You know what I mean? People ain't got nothing but time and opportunity and the platform to speak about it.
And everyone has an opinion.
Right.
So.
And so you have your message, you put out your response, and people are still going to have opinion. You are now in a spotlight. People are tuning in to you, and people just didn't like the message, I guess, So it's, not everybody going to mess with it. That's just unfortunately what it is when you out there. It's just not everybody going to fuck with the message.
LaRussell's engineer reportedly advised against releasing the song due to its provocative content, but LaRussell insisted it to be heard shattered the standards. The viral video reached over 10 million views within days, igniting widespread discussion across social media platforms. LaRussell's social media deactivation happened just 3 days after the video went viral, signaling the intensity of the backlash. His mother organized a rally in Vallejo to support him, drawing local media attention and community members hip-hop. One thing for sure, no matter the backlash, your mom will be there.
Absolutely.
To back you the fuck up.
They're going to ride for you at dawn.
For real.
But, like I said, you put a message out there, you got to be prepared for people to speak on it. Correct. And honestly, you probably ain't even need to delete your social media. You give it about 2 weeks and something else is going to come up and people ain't even going to be thinking about that no more.
Oh, yeah. And that thing, too. Like, you could have just put the song out, said what you needed to say. Honestly, you just said what you needed to say in that music video. then let them talk.
Right.
But I feel like you were like on your high horse. I built this shit. You know, criticism comes and goes, but you gotta take the criticism, bro, and just move on. You over explain yourself at the end of the day, and yeah, maybe apologize because you did call everyone dumb and slow at the end of the day.
And you know, they just sometimes people just don't agree with the message, and there ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
To not agree with the message, it's just, I don't know. Like everybody has some points. That's the thing about it. It was like we understand why people are like, "What the hell you on about?" But we also understand, you know, like you said, as an artist, same thing Drewski did. You know, as a comedian, sometimes y'all are the ones that have to deliver a message. It's just people felt like, what was the point of that message?
Yeah.
And
you just felt like everyone was a hater.
right. And
Which,
sometimes
that's not
just,
true.
you know, every artist go through it. Sometimes people put
Yeah.
out stuff that people just ain't subscribing to. They wasn't fucking with it.
Yeah.
And you put out your statement. Yeah, I feel like you didn't need to delete all your social media. You said what you said, and you was obviously standing on it. Stand on it. Let that shit blow over and move on. You
Yeah.
still gonna do your thing. You still gonna make your music, and you still gonna have supporters.
Yeah.
There's always gonna be your group of people that's gonna ride for you at the end of the day. So
Despite controversy, LaRussell's Rock Nation deal remains intact. Okay. I did want to say a lot of things with, you know, with Hitler, with Martin Luther King, but I don't think I'm going to go there. Because history is a narrative that people pushed on us through history books, through propaganda, continuously just feeding us this stuff. Like, this is the message. You got to run with this message. You know, narrative. Don't look this way. Stick to this, you know. There's a lot of things that Martin Luther King did that people aren't aware. And there's people in the comments that feel like, well, you shouldn't put Martin Luther King next to, you know, Hitler and stuff. Even Hitler, too. There's a lot of history about him that is not being told fairly. But people are just sticking with the, well, you said Jeffrey Epstein, Trump, all these bad people are, you know, are heaven sent type of stuff. But again, you got to read. Look into the history. That's just my thoughts on that part of the whole thing. Yeah, history is not what you think it is. And it's outside of the established history books. So, moral of the story, Jess?
we all heaven sent. No, I'm just playing. I'm just joking. Yeah, just the moral of the story is, you know,
Yeah.
you always gonna have something that you put out that everybody ain't subscribing to, and just like everything else, you know, you want to stand 10 toes on it, do your thing, and stand 10 toes on it, and let that shit blow over. Like, we know people don't have the attention span to be bad that long, and even if they is gonna be bad, you know what? You know what they used to say? All publicity is good publicity. That's still gonna be a bigger crowd that's gonna come and tune in, and it's gonna line your pockets at the end of the day. So,
yeah, that's true. Comment below your guys' thoughts on that. We gotta move on. Yeah, AI data centers, big topic, guys, for sure. With all that stuff that you guys be typing in, like it's nothing. It's AI, it's fast, it's giving me answers, it's doing yada yada yada. Okay, let's see. AI data centers are everywhere, and they're not just burning energy. They're gulping water at rates that rival small cities. One big data center can use millions of gallons a day, about as much as 10,000 to 50,000 people. Nearly 40% of these centers are built in water-scarce places like Arizona and Texas, putting extra strain on already limited supplies. With AI using booming U.S. data centers could drain up to 1.7 million gallons of water annually by 2027. But the problem isn't just water. These facilities chew through electricity, often sourced from fossil fuels, which worsens climate change and drives up energy bills for locals. In Florida, power bills have soared up to 80%, partly due to data centers overloading the grid. Residents also deal with noise, air pollution from diesel generators, and sometimes even dry walls. While communities want reliable water, affordable power, and good jobs, data centers rarely deliver all three. Some companies promise to use air cooling or closed loop systems, and states like Florida are considering halting new centers until a stronger protection are in place. Is the AI surge worth the local cost? I don't think so. No, because again, these generators overheat, they melt, so you got to use fresh water or continuously water to cool these facilities.
How come they can't recycle the? How come they can't just put the water that they've used all through a filter and just reuse the water?
It evaporates because of how hot the water is.
Okay.
It's just I don't know, allegedly like a mist of water just sprays and cools it down, and yeah, it just heats up and evaporates all and everything. But a lot of people, a lot of communities seeing it now. Their energy prices are going high. The water's being limited. Like, you can't shower for so long. You can't water your plants for that long. You can't do anything because this data AI center is using up your water. And they're passing on the taxes, they're passing on the energy prices to, I don't understand how that works, but like passing it on to the residents, and they're pissed as fuck. I just saw a video, I think in Valley something, where they ran out one of the people that were proposing for a data center in their communities, and they ran his ass out. He didn't even care what they wanted to say. He just did his presentation, yada yada yada. Didn't want to hear the community, and the community ran him out. So that's a good thing. A lot of people are outraged, okay? And these big data companies are trying to buy huge ass farmlands from people that are lived there for generations and generations, and they don't want to sell, but we're offering you $27 million, for example.
Yeah, I seen that last week, and people were talking shit. They're like, I can't even turn down $26 million. Y'all don't understand that these. I just hate how people think that these movies are a lie. Like, our our world is about to be a wasteland sooner than you think. You be thinking, oh my God, our world will never look like. We almost there, y'all.
Mm-hmm. And, well, let me get to this first. The U.S. plans to triple data center numbers between 2023 and 2028, consuming as much energy as 30 million homes and water as 18.5 million homes. Florida's energy prices have risen 42% to 82%, in recent years, partly due to data centers straining on the grid. Yeah, that's just a lot on their supply on the water. For people were saying, what about the ocean? That's a good idea, but how can they incorporate that from Texas or
you said it had to be fresh water.
Yeah, it has to be fresh water, not salt. Yeah,
salt water. Yeah.
Salt water like evaporates and makes that salty as does. So I don't know how that works, but nearly 230 organizations nationwide are calling for a moratorium on new data centers until regulations protect communities.
Or they need to redesign. Shit.
Redesign.
They could do something else. I don't know. I think if y'all adamant about having these data centers, like, if it's not one thing, it's another. We in a world where EV is taking over. Now this, like, I don't know if it's as good as people saying it's supposed to be. It ain't looking like it.
And it's funny, you see the memes, you see people making jokes about the waters and stuff, like, I'm asked this question, and it seems harmless and stuff, but you're drinking, the water is fucking gone, evaporated, it's not recycled, and You know, you ask another dumbass question and it's another fucking water bottle at the end of the day. But job creation from data centers is minimal, with just 23,000 permanent U.S. jobs estimated in 2024, a tiny fraction of total employment. Yeah. And fucking with AI and stuff, it's going to be replacing a lot of these jobs. So, you know, their projection is, you know, we're going to add more jobs into this facility, but slowly being replaced by fucking robots.
Yeah,
So,
you want to know why it's still going to continue to happen? Because people don't know how to answer things by themselves anymore.
Mm-hmm.
People are literally in real time, IQ is dropping to nothing, because it'll be simple questions you see people go into AI to ask, like, you don't know that? You don't know the answer to that question? Yeah. People don't write their own stuff no more. They be like, AI. Just even anything you watch on social media about a storytelling, anything, you can always tell it's AI because it has the same shell, has the same wording. It just cracks me up. It's like you can always tell somebody used AI to make this. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff out there.
Yeah.
And it's like people don't know how to think for themselves anymore.
Yeah. And that's ultimately dangerous too. Just relying. But, you know, there's good in AI too. You know, it's not always bad. You know, it's problem solving certain things. And I don't know. We just need to, you know, use AI to solve this issue. Like, how can we not have scarcity of water, yada yada yada, you know, use it in that way. But we'll see. I'm not doing it, someone else will. But, you know, in AI, but yeah, comment below your guys' thoughts on that. We got to move on. After this last story on viral views, we'll react to AI parody trailer of HBO's new Harry Potter television series premiering on Max on December 25, 2026. Okay. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button. It's very much appreciated. Let's get into it. Damn. Fucking dry.
It's that AI.
What? I know. I should let AI do it. But yeah, TSA workers, just you've been hearing about this. Mm-hmm. Do you have any thoughts on that?
With the TSA workers, I know they're like supposedly still not getting paid, ain't they?
Yeah, true.
And if you live in the Bay Area and are wondering why TSA isn't bad in San Francisco, it's because San Francisco has been private, I want to say, since like 2002. So the government shutdown does not affect TSA in San Francisco.
Really?
Yeah.
Did not know that. Thanks, Jess. Wow. Okay. Okay. I'll take over for sure. The airport nightmare of 2026 is no accident. A partial government shutdown that started in mid-February has left TSA workers, the ultimate frontline security force, unpaid and demoralized. Nearly 500 officers have quit and many more calls out sick, leading to wait times exceeding 4 hours in some airports. The Trump administration solution: deploy ICE agents to step in not as security screeners, but as line managers, crowd controllers, and ID checkers after brief training. Sounds like a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. ICE agents aren't trained for the full spectrum of TSA duties like pat downs or baggage claims. Meanwhile, ICE agents continue to get paid due to what? Oh yeah, okay. 2025 fire funding. Let me try that again. Meanwhile, ICE agents continue to get paid due to 2025 funding law, creating an awkward pay gap that fuels political fire. Congress remains deadlocked over ICE enforcement policies, refusing to pass a full DHS funding bill. This standoff even led to TSA tipping off ICE at San Francisco airport about a traveler with a deportation order, raising civil rights alarms with 2-week spring recess starting March 2027, 2026. Travelers brace for more delays. The question remains, when will airport security catch a break?
Damn, Masterville, y'all private and y'all doing people like that? Shit.
I mean, okay, I get the humanitarian aspect on it, like the little kid and everything, but she was warned in like 2019 to get out of the country. But I don't know. The fuck you laughing at? I'm dead. Okay. It's messed up. Okay, I get it. It's messed up. But at the end of the day, yo, you're breaking laws here. Okay? And it's unfortunate for the little girl to witness that. And I don't know why people are being so... Do you believe the fear that, you know, why are ICE agents at the airports? You know, this is just going to cause trouble. There's going to be more deportations like this.
Hell yeah, it's gonna be more. That's the point, though. But it's, I don't know, man. These people are here. You know what I mean? They've been here, and honestly, and we know, it's always been kind of a lenient thing in the United States, and you know, kind of like they just been here. They kind of know that they don't have the proper papers anymore, and they just living life, you know what I mean? But it's like, I don't know. It's at the same time, it's like if they live in life and they're not doing anything wrong, they're just working like everyone else. It's like, is it really that big of a deal?
I think
that's the part that where I'm just kind of like, they're not causing trouble. They're just working. They're trying to provide for their family. They're not the criminals, the gangs, and the rapists. You know what I mean? So it's like, in their eyes, it's like, yeah, you know, I don't have the proper paperwork, but I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just going to work and going home. I don't cause any problems. I pay, because they still have to pay taxes, even though they really don't get anything from it. So it's like, I'm not even doing anything wrong. I'm just working.
No, I totally get it. But, you know, other people think it's like a deeper meaning to it. You know, resources and everything that they're sucking up. But, like, I think there's a way deeper meaning on... You know, again, this is literally your fucking country. If you look back in history that, you know, during the Native Americans were your ancestors. This is your land. You are not a U.S. citizen. You are, you know, again, this is your fucking land. And Donald Trump supposedly is making it right by you guys. Getting rid of any legal immigrants, getting people that even throughout the past that occupied this country, get them out of here because...
Hey, I mean, like, at the end of the day, I ain't got no say in this shit. And...
But again, there's a deeper meaning that I don't fully understand, and I'm just continuing to keep learning. But it is definitely a conversation to have if there's people out there that think that way too. So... Over 480 TSA officers have resigned since February 2026, with daily call-out rates hitting up to 40% at some airports. It just sucks, man, because they're not fucking they're working, but they're not getting fucking paid.
Right, so they gotta find something else so they can provide for their family. And I think, who just voted? Somebody, one of them branches. Just voted to and they were supposed to start paying them, and they voted against that. Like
Elon Musk trying to pay for them? Because I heard that one.
I don't know what it was specifically, but it didn't pass for TSA to get paid. I'm like,
because they said Donald Trump is trying to pass this SAVE Act, and if you're not going to pass the SAVE Act, we're not going to, you know, fund the TSA workers. So the Democrats are like delaying any of that because of the ICE agents and the SAVE Act. So I don't know, guys. I'm just hearing this. Okay. Dang. But yeah, it sucks. It sucks. They're not getting paid. And through how many shutdowns? Yeah, I would have got out the fucking job. Like, I'm not going to risk every fucking time this happens and not getting paid. Of course not.
And honestly, though, even with the transportation industry, trucking, if you haven't been paying attention, the DMV quietly passed a law or whatever. They passed a policy where if you are not a resident, like a citizen or whatever, you cannot have a commercial driver's license. And that, I have seen the effects of that already. All of their licenses were effectively invalid, even if it didn't expire yet. And you know, in the trucking industry, a lot of people that aren't from here are in that industry that are not a citizen or a resident, permanent resident. So, y'all, the United States as we know it is completely changing, and you think stuff is rough now, when that really, really starts to settle in?
Yeah. Americans need to start, citizens need to get into those.
Here these jobs, y'all want it.
Get into it.
Gotta get them CDLs. Y'all been here the jobs, y'all.
ICE agents are assisting in at least 14 airports, including Atlanta, New York City, JFK, Houston, and Phoenix. So TSA employees have worked unpaid for 87 days across shutdown cycles, missing nearly $1 billion in payroll. And it sucks that they can't get gift cards, or Elon Musk can't fucking help them and get paid for them, because it's like hundreds of thousands of TSA workers. Congressional negotiations faltered on March 25th, 2026, with no deal by spring recess deadline, risking extended shutdown. The one big beautiful bill funds the ICE through 2029, explaining the big pay disparity. One thing that I've heard, people were getting outraged about, is that if you're black, if you're Mexican, you should be ashamed of yourself. Why are you working for ICE? Why are you being a cop and stuff? And my thing is, what else? You're trying to find a decent, good paying job. You're trying to, change for the better for your own country. So you don't shame those people that are raising a family just like you, trying to find a career in this world we live in. And all of a sudden, when they work their whole life, went to school to become who they are today, now they should be ashamed of doing that because only white people could do that job? I never understood that. Do you understand that, Jess? What I mean?
Yeah, I get you. And also, just to talk back on the DMV thing, what's happening right now is a non-domiciled CDL restriction. And California right now has paused. The California DMV is currently prohibited by federal authorities from issuing new or renewed non-domicile CDLs, putting affected applications on hold, according to California DMV. So,
domicile.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta, not being a resident, but you gotta live in the state of California, legitimately live there. That you're not just a resident. Because if you look in the definitions, a resident is you're just vacationing somewhere. If you really look into the definition. But yeah, anyways, comment below your guys' thoughts. It sucks. It sucks for sure. And one last thing. They're saying that maybe he's going to use ICE agents at the polling stations. Hey, possibility. If this is further, pushing him to do anything at this point, even with the wars without congressional approval, hey, who knows? He probably might get a third term from the things I'm hearing, with predictions I'm hearing. But yeah, I don't know. Comment below your guys' thoughts on that.
Ooh, y'all.
Yeah. Life is good. I mean, life is good for us. But
don't be worried, y'all.
Yeah.
Honestly, it really don't matter who is in office.
Yep.
They don't give a damn about y'all.
Viral views reacting to videos from the interwebs. HBO is producing a new Harry Potter television series premiering on Max. A creator using AI parodied the trailer. We'll react, talk about it, and the backlash after its announcements. Jess, what do you think about because Harry Potter, the original, fucking golden. I continue to still watch it.
Yeah, I still watch Harry Potter. It's on HBO still. I watch it a lot, actually. I think it's a mental illness.
Yeah.
What do I think about? I didn't even know about. I mean, no, I did hear about it, and then I know the original cast isn't part of it or something.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder why. Why not?
They're older.
So they can have a role. Sometimes they put people in there
Mhm.
in a different type of role.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
I think it's just to continue the franchise, you know.
like, is it just like a TV show of what the movies were?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
But people were just like, no, don't
I don't
Don't
think
change
it's
the
necessary.
original.
I get it. I
Yeah.
kind of get it because it's like, what if they mess it up with this series?
like we didn't need it at all.
Yeah, and I'm like, and the fact that people still watch the movies like a lot,
Mhm.
I don't think it was necessary.
Sure.
But maybe that's what drove it, was the fact that people still watch the movies a lot. Like,
Again, it's a franchise. They're going to continue. There's going to be reboots after reboots after reboots because it's to continue that brand. You know, don't let it falter. Get new audiences. You know, there's a younger generation. They don't know anything about Harry Potter, but you know, let's expose this little show and things, and you know, yeah, just let little kids. But anyways, let's get into this parody.
Ron! That's Harry Potter. Are you really Harry Potter, my G? Shh.
Type shit, type shit.
Type shit. Type shit.
None of that, broski. We're all here on the Maybach Express for one reason and one reason only, and that's to go to Dripwarts, the School of Drip.
Maybach music.
Hey, tighten up. Tell them about the spaz on this bitch. I'm gonna go crazy. Nigga, check this out. Y'all. Hey.
I'd rather watch that.
what the fuck? See? Y'all use AI to make that. All the water y'all use to make that shit.
Oh man, that's so funny. So true.
Yes. They were on the Maybach Express.
I'd rather watch that. Like, you know, with this generation, you know, my G.
The messed up part is that they would watch that shit too. Type shit.
That would be hilarious, though. But, you know, with the backlash and everything, with Snape being a black guy now, these characters could be replaced. I don't see any fucking difference. You know, you guys are trying to make it a race fucking thing, but, like, just like in theater, it's a book to a fucking movie, so these characters could be swapped out with anything, and, you know, just keep the same characteristics. There's no fucking difference. I don't know why people are getting super fucking blunt and dumb about it. Like, there's no difference. Anything, Jess?
Nah, I don't really care.
Are you gonna watch it?
No, probably not.
Me too. Probably just watch the original.
Maybe, I don't know. It depends on if it's good or not. If I hear enough about it, I don't know.
Probably not. I mean,
I don't really watch series. I don't know what I be doing, really.
You be playing GTA.
You right. Hey, everybody. I don't mean to plug them, but I love them. Get y'all free meal. If y'all haven't logged in, y'all got till April 1st. Log into GTA. All you have to do is play and get your free meal. Get your free million. Or don't play and everybody stop playing until they release GTA 6. Whatever you want to do. I'm still going to play, though.
Mm-hmm. Comment below your guys' thoughts on that. I don't get the backlash, but, you know, if you like it, you like it. If you're a fan, you're a fan. It's your choice. Yeah, that's the end of the show. DM on all of our socials, or, you know, tap in to our email, lcsnation@yahoo.com. Stay current on the latest sports, celebrity, and culture news. Hit that like button, share this video with a friend, and follow the channel. Tap the notification bell so you never miss a new video. We're dropping fresh content every week. Yeah, anything else, Jess? You good?
I'm good. Put that positive note up there.
Yeah. Positive note, be careful who you let in your life. If they don't bring you up, they bring you down. People will come and drain the life out of you. You teach people how to treat you. Have a great rest of your week. Stay blessed. See y'all next weekend. Peace out.